Hey inky friends, it's Bailey from the Fountain Pen Ink Station. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks for stopping by. I have a small Vanness haul for some samples, and I'd like to share with you. I absolutely love swatching inks, and I'm excited to show you guys the different colors. So, let's get started, friends. Let me zoom you in. I hope my lighting is okay. It was raining earlier, and let me turn this overhead light on. So we have kind of overcast. I'll be using my Speedball Zero nib, B0. There you go. And then I'll probably be using my trusty old Pilot Irajusu dip nib. There's the spelling of it. You can find this on Jet Pens. I want to say Yoseka Stationery also has them. I prefer the medium nib. I have another one that's kind of plastic, but it's smaller. It's not as comfortable for me to use. So friends, let's get started. If you hear my cat in the background, he is an elderly cat who is starting to lose his eyesight, so he often cries for me. His name is Gully. I'll pop a picture in here for you guys for reference. All right, so let me open these. Okay, I've opened them. Start again. All right, friends, I got these open. What I like to do is I like to put little circular labels on them. Let me look at my drawer. I should probably also swatch on my Wear and Go cards. I'm kind of behind on those. Might as well grab my cloth while I'm over here. Okay, friends, I'm gonna have to go see if I can find another circular label for reference to show you so I can label these. So I'll be back, friends. Okay, friends, I am back. These are what I'm talking about, reinforcement labels from Avery. You can also, there's also some small makers who make them on Etsy, and you can find them there. If I can remember who does one. Oh, Sad Dumplings. I can always link them down below. So what I do is I just put the label on top, and then when I'm swatching, I color it so I can easily find it. So I'm going to do that off screen. I'll be back in a second. Okay, and we're back. All right, so let's start with the one little bottle I have. It was inspired by Maria on her channel. I'll link it down below. Was it Maria or was it Inksplat Mandy? Inksplat Mandy, sorry. I'll link both down below. She swatched for 30 ink straight days this Coco de Brazil by J Herbin. And I have most of the line from J Herbin, but I don't have this one. And it looked like an interesting brown. So let's swatch it together, friends. I'm just going to do slow up and down strokes for my swatches. Seems like a little bit of a drier ink. But that's been my experience overall with J Herbin inks. Where did my... There we go. Again, if you hear my cat, he is very needy today. He might even say hi. See, Cocoa. Has anybody tried this J Herbin ink? It's definitely an interesting shade. I don't have too many browns in this color. I forgot to swatch the top of my lid. I'm interested to see what it looks like when it dries, though. I actually don't know if I have many colors at all in this shade. So then I think we're gonna do, these are all new to me inks. And they're inks that I wasn't sure if I was gonna like. I don't typically do that, so this will be a different experience for me. The other one I think I might like is the Kobe Nada Brown. That's number 16 on the line. I got this for another video. I think I'm gonna like this one. There's a couple others that I think I'll like, but I'm worried they're gonna be too light, and so I didn't want to get a full bottle. Yeah, I do like this one. These are the typically the browns that I lean towards are these warm, is it considered orange leaning browns? Whereas this is a lighter. See, I forgot to do the swatch again. Okay, so this is Kobe Nada Brown. I really, really like Kobe inks. They've been very well performing. They always work for me. They don't hard start. They're always really well lubricated. And for the most part, they're pretty legible in writing. See, did you hear him? I'm right here, buddy. I'm right here. Okay, so that's what I mean by writing on the lid, or swatching on the lid. Okay. So I definitely like that one. I don't know if I'll need a full bottle. I'm going to have to swatch it next to my browns and see. This one is, this Coco de Brazil is very interesting to me. Okay, let's do, I have a couple pinks. I have a red, a green, and a blue. So let's do the green next. So the next one is Rohrer and Klinger Sketch Ink, and that's Klarna, or Clara. And I think I had hinted in a prior video I wanted to do a Rohrer and Klinger Sketch Ink video. I think this completes my collection, so I can probably work on doing one of those. The more I use waterproof inks, the more I enjoy the Rohrer and Klinger line. I did it again. Dang it. I don't have too many issues with them hard starting and drying out like I do some other inks. Case in point, I have Rohrer and Klinger Carmen in a pen. It's a platinum preppy. And I've had that inked up continuously, probably for 3 months. And no issue, like it still writes. Forgot to put sketch ink up there. I'm trying to think, friends, if I have a green in this color. I didn't think I was gonna like it this much, but that's actually kind of a very interesting green. It's very light, but also legible. All right, let's do the blue, which is Vinta Peria. This is just a chroma shading ink. I don't think there's shimmer in here. No. Let's see if I can remember to swatch this lid. Move you up a little bit. And I'll show these inks closer when we're done. With the lighting in here, I'll have to do a closer look at it. Yeah, see, this is why I got a sample of this one. It looked really light. Have any of you used this Vinta Peria? See, I did it again, friends. Yeah, I'm not sure, friends, if this is going to be very legible. It reminds me of my Kobe Michael West Pearl Blue. That's very pretty. I like it. And that's actually not too bad. I don't know if the camera's Yeah, you can see it even on the camera. That's actually not that bad. Are you okay? Yeah, your allergies are bad, aren't they? Okay. Let's do the red next. This is one I've been wanting to try. Robert Oster Red Candy. I don't use a lot of red inks. I don't not like red inks. I just don't use them a lot. So I didn't want to get a full bottle. You know, it'd actually be really nice if Robert Oster would put out little, like smaller bottles. That's one thing I like about the Diamine inks is you can get small bottles or the big bottles. Actually, J Herbin too. No, we're swatching the lid. There we go. Oh, my water's all red. I was trying to see if I have a Robert Oster bottle next to me. I think it's 50 milliliters. Oh, this is fun. I don't know when I would want to write with this color. However, that is a very bright red. Most of my reds are warm leaning. This is a light leaning brown, or a light leaning red. Yeah, Robert Oster bottles are 50 millimeters, so it'd be really nice if they could offer smaller ones. Okay, I'm going to move some stuff out of the way without knocking the camera too much. And move you up. Okay, I have 3 more inks, friends. So I want to make sure, okay, that's a shimmer ink. We'll do the shimmer ink last. Okay, let's do Colorverse Aloha, which is the 50 States line from this one's from Hawaii. I've seen people swatch this ink and it looks really light. However, if you should see this video after my other Vanness haul. I've been on a pink kick lately. However, that is pretty light. I have another color that's this light. It's Cat at Noon. I don't have it near me. That I love using, but it's so light, so I have to put it in like a double broad or even a calligraphy nib. I mean, this is very pretty. I will say that it's very pretty. I'm just not sure how legible it's gonna be in my nibs. And if you're yelling at me to swatch the lid, yes, I forgot again. Okay, the next one is Octopus Cherry Blossom. I don't think this is from their permanent line. I think it's just their regular line. Another one that looked like it would be way too light to write with on a... Oh yeah, this might be more of an art ink. I was hoping it fit that last one on here, but I'm not sure, friends. I remembered. Barely. I don't even know if you can see that on camera. When it dries, I'll show a closer picture of it. cramming everything in because I would like to get this last one on the same page. I think we can make it happen, friends. Okay, the next and last one is Vinta Julia. And friends, can you see the shimmer on that? Holy shimmer, Batman. All right. I can't remember if this is from the fairy tale line. And I had a friend ask me how to not get so much shimmer in their pen, or if it hard starts. Typically what I'll do is I will not shake the bottle when I'm filling a pen, especially for the Vinta inks, because they're so heavy, like shimmer heavy. So what I'll do is I'll let the bottle settle, and I don't even know if settling is an option for this one. I mean, it is caked shimmer. And then I'll fill it. Another option is if your feed is clogged, can you see that, friends? Push your feed up, and I'm trying to think if I have a pen near me to show you, and push some of that shimmer out. You can also use it in a really broad nib. Banu nibs handle, almost forgot. Banu nibs handle shimmer really well, as does like the Asvine C80. Do I have? No, I don't have one. Not with me anyway. Those handle shimmer really well too. Oh, this is dainty. I love it. It reminds me of like a ballerina, the slippers. Okay, friends, we're gonna let these dry. Can you see that? Let me zoom out. Oop. I'll let these dry and then I'll get a closer look. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, friends, these are mostly dry. Let's just get started. So the first ink we have is the J Herbin Coco de Brazil. And a reminder, this is my Vanness order. I just got mostly samples. Kobe Nada Brown. It's a warm leaning brown. And then we have Rower and Klinger Sketch Ink Clara. And I'm trying to see if the camera's picking it up right. It is a very minty green. And then we have Vinta Aperia. It's a chroma shading blue. There's a lot of pink in this. That's fascinating. And then we have Robert Oster Red Candy. It's a very bright red. It also looks like in the pooling there's some sheen. That is not in the writing, at least for the medium Japanese nib. So that's good. I don't love sheening inks. And then we have Colorverse Hawaii 50 States Aloha. That dried a lot better than I thought it would. And then Octopus Cherry Blossom is actually very similar. This one might be a little bit more, I don't want to say warm leaning, but in the shading it looks a little different, but in the writing I don't think you could tell the difference. And then we have Vinta Julia, which is like a bubblegum pink. And it's got this weird like glow on it. Can you see that? Is that I don't know if that's the shading or the shimmer, or I'm not sure if I love that one. Very interesting. Yeah, it looks like a bubblegum pink. I'm not sure if that's coming up in the camera. Okay, friends, that's my small little Vanness haul. I'm trying to think if I would get a bottle of any, like right off the bat. Yeah, not right off the bat. Because I think I have enough browns in that color. I don't think I need that. So it'll be interesting. I'll have to write with some of these and then decide at that point. But this is the point of getting samples, is to try inks maybe that you're not super familiar with, or maybe inks that you're like hesitant on a color family. I like to do this every now and then, because I have found, and maybe you're the same, maybe you're not, that I will reach for inks that I never thought I would like. Case in point, these pink ones. I would have never reached for those maybe a year ago, but I'm really liking them at this point in my journey in the fountain pen world. So friends, let me know what you think. Are any of these ones that you really like? Have you tried any of them? Let me know down in the comments. I hope everybody is doing well wherever you're at, day or night. Remember that you matter. Give yourself some grace and refill your cup. Do something that you love to do. For me, it's swatching ink, watching people swatch ink. Yeah, friends, I will see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.